We're getting close to another selection room. Very close. And we've got a shortcut here.
Let's check it out.
Don't let it run away. That's a rare one.
Whatever you do, don't let it get away!
Well, that's exactly what she said. Yeah, this is a rare enemy and a new enemy that we haven't seen yet, the Wondrous Magus, which is weak to electricity and dark. So, who has Scarecrow? I think Koromaru has that because he's got Incubus, Electric and Dark. Well, I can also try and Palimpa one of them just in case. Not going to use my physical attack for Panic because that could miss. Electric and Dark. That thing's probably going to die immediately, because they also need Koromaru to use Disarm, so that's a bit of a dilemma. Actually, Tentarafu's probably a little better here than Disarm, than Scarecrow. Did I just hit with the Link skill? That's pretty lucky. And good, one of them's panicked. I love the sounds those shadows make when they use their basic physical attacks. It's even funnier in the original P3 when they get a critical and they do that giggling laugh and then they just slap you and make you go flying. Well, that's pointless, but I didn't realize that I'd hit with Tentarafu.
2 enemies left.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, we beat down these guys, and seeing as you are unable to dodge, the Link skill is going to be very effective here. I guess I can Mabufu, and then you're going to Noodle the Wondrous Magus. So these three are probably going to have to sit out the following few fights. Because they're going to get a lot of experience from this shadow. But I hope this will mean that Yatagarasu levels up. 2 damage! That's actually incredibly impressive for a non-crit against a hand shadow. And this is going to be worth a lot. That was just Koromaru panting.
Looks like your persona's growing.
Life Aid is... Oh, that can actually be a really nice skill. Also, it's next going to learn a Navigator skill that revives people, but Life Aid is actually pretty useful. I like having that on my Navigator personas, even though I don't have it on the one that I'm using currently.
My persona's cool, too!
There we go, Lethargy Circle. So, Lethargy Circle, I guess I need to talk about circles when I next get into a battle. Kind of want to keep Palimpa, actually. And then you'll learn a good combo with it, Circle Recovery.
Oh, cool!
I actually don't want that. And Bestial Roar is a good skill, but not on that Navigator.
Is getting low. Be careful.
Yeah, sorry if my voice sounds a bit weird now, I just went into another coughing fit.
There might be something here.
Ah, this thing! This thing! This is, and I'm going to highlight this in blue just to make it especially clear why I don't like this thing. You'll see later.
Hmm? That's so suspicious.
It's almost
If I
like
remember
all the other
correctly-
hearts here are red and this heart is blue.
Well, anyway.
I wonder what is strange about that.
But you know... Crap!
Wonder what it is.
So this unlocks, in my opinion, the most pointless side quest in this entire game. But I'll get into that... I don't know if I'll get into that next time or if I can afford to fit it in now. We'll see.
I'm gonna go with Bear Screw Attack! Whoa! It's still
Peter,
standing?
you're really hurt. Are you okay?
Dude, you've taken a lot of damage.
The name of Teddy's attack there could be taken very horribly out of context. Okay, so we've finally run into our item limits, and that's generally a good indicator that it's about time to leave the floor. So what should I get rid of? We've got a few of these idle pieces. I think you get a navigator line too.
Leader, be careful.
Oh,
Your health and
nope,
energy
it's
are
just your health is
dangerously
low
low.
warning. Sometimes you get a navigator telling you that it's important to stay organized because you're carrying too many things. Does anyone's persona here have any healing? Doesn't look like it, but thankfully we will be leaving this this dungeon visit soon. But not without one more selection room of destiny.
The path ahead appears to still be long and arduous. You must impulsively, methodically, pull the threads of destiny toward you.
All right. Yeah.
Now then, here is question number 4. Someone you like gave you a compliment. What did they say?
So, this one, if you can tell, is obviously Mitsuru's, though obligatory mention of the fact that in the original Japanese version, Mitsuru spoke random English instead of random French, because that's considered exotic in Japan. So, I kind of wonder how that's going to be in Persona Q2, because you'll be hearing her speak English, because it won't have a dub. Anyway, I have to intentionally answer this one wrong.
Are you absolutely sure?
No, man.
I'm in the process of replaying part of this floor because I was stupid with save files, and yeah, the question order is randomized. So this time, instead of Mitsuru's question, I'm actually getting this one, which is Elizabeth's question. I wish that I got this on a later floor so I could fully react to it, but I guess I'm going to react to it now. So, story time regarding this question. If you didn't see Elizabeth's dates, you won't know what that's referring to, and you probably won't know whose question this is. On my first playthrough of Persona 3, I did not do Elizabeth's dates because I thought they would ruin the Max Social Link schedule. And then I actually emailed the guy who wrote the Max Social Link guide, and he told me, oh, actually Elizabeth's dates don't take up time, so it's fine. By that point, though, it was already too late. So, yeah, when I first played Persona Q, I had no idea what this question even was. Which is a shame, because Elizabeth is by far one of my favourite scenes for the end of this dungeon. However, I'm actually not going to be going with Elizabeth this time. Don't despair, though, because there is still hope for you who want to see this scene.
Are you absolutely sure?
What?
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Jeez.
So, no further comments from Male GLaDOS. The selection rooms of Destiny are usually fairly close to each other on each floor. But with that completed,
Oh.
the locked door is now open.
Huh?
Isn't there a manga called Shin-chan? No, I think that's like Crayon Shin-chan. Yeah, he kind of is. Anyway.
Doesn't that wall look a little different from the others?
Oh. This is another annoying thing about the inventory limit. We can't actually gather at power spots if our inventory is full. Should I chuck one of the Patra gems? I think I might sell some of these when I get back. But for now, yeah, we've got way too many idle pieces. Let's just get rid of some of those. Nope, not risking it. Okay, so with that, the only place we have left to go on this floor is the locked door, and that's going to have an ambush behind it. So, for now, we're going to actually leave. Okay, so this is kind of weird. If my levels and items are a bit different to how they were a few minutes ago, that's because I actually re-recorded this segment of the video, because last time I did it, it took way too long. So this time I'm actually going to be going straight to the fight at the end of this floor, and I'm going to be accepting that request from Elizabeth and completing it, which is what I like to call the most pointless request ever. So in fact, let's actually get that out of the way now. where I can rant about why I think this is the most pointless request ever. Investigate a rumor. Locate the differently coloured heart in the group date cafe.
It seems as though...
So, there is one heart that is a different colour from the rest. I wonder if we saw that in our last trek through the dungeon. It couldn't have been that heart that was blue rather than pink, right? Yes, maybe someone in our party knows the difference between pink and blue. Also, apparently this is a time limit. So apparently, we're too stupid to figure out that that heart was blue and not pink without doing a stroll and investigating the matter ourselves. Not only that...
Hello.
We actually need to consult with the ace detective Naoto about this.
How are you?
Why is everyone suddenly a giant idiot who doesn't know the difference between pink and blue for this quest?
Thank you.
Yes, it could be a vital clue that one of the hearts was a different colour to everything else.
What?
Please, calm.
I'm not sure.
Yes, off. Almost as if there was a heart on the wall that was not pink, but blue.
Oh, I gotta know.
Gee, I wonder what that is.
What?
Oh right, I've now realised I'm a giant idiot and didn't notice that that heart was blue and not pink. I needed someone else telling me directly that there was a differently coloured heart in order to know the difference between pink and blue.
I'm sorry.
Well, at least Naoto acknowledges that it turned out to be a completely minor and stupid difference in the end. Yeah, don't worry, I've marked it on the map. In blue. Not pink, but blue. See? Blue. Not blue. Not blue. Blue. There is a difference between these two colours. Yeah, and apparently we actually need Yukari in the party in order to tell the difference between a pink heart and a blue heart. Yay! We solved the mystery of two colours being different. Although I do think this is kind of funny.
What are you even saying?
And we cut out before that confirms or denies one of my ships. But yeah. While we're here, we might as well do this stroll as well. This is where that thing I was talking about before, about this being lost in translation, this is where that really comes into play. Because if you don't know what poink means, how everyone reacts in this scene is, well, it's kind of hard to understand.
Yeah.
Although you should be able to infer from the context, but even then it makes a bit more sense if you do know what it actually means. Let me guess, she's eating, right? Yep. Classic Ray, as always. Wouldn't that destroy your mouth? Although granted, I found out that I have very little tolerance for hot foods. I have to wait for, like, my miso soup when I'm at Japanese restaurants to cool a lot before I start eating it.
Huh?
So...
Huh?
Everyone is kind of confused / horrified that Ray said this. So, if you know from earlier, poink can be onomatopoeia for popping off a bra. And that explains why everyone is freaking out right now.
What the hell?
And why everyone's freaking out that someone told her.
Phew. Wait! I said wait!
Oh, of course, Akihiko has no idea.
For crying out loud. What did you say?
And then they're gonna have another headbutting contest. Oh.
Huh?
And this is also why everyone's freaking out.
Hey.
Oh no. Ray, please don't do that in front of everyone.
Hey, wait!
However, it turned out to be something very mundane. Or not. Being able to spontaneously spawn candy out of nowhere. A very useful ability for someone who loves eating.
I can't believe this. Damn it.
Hey.
And yes, a lot of English speakers won't realize that because, yeah, but as I found out, can be onomatopoeia for popping off a bra. And now you know. So, we're going to be switching up our party a little bit for this fight. Let's see. We're going to want some fire attacks. So, I might as well... Oh, I mean, Junpei's a little higher level than everyone else. But I think he's the only one with me who has fire attacks. And Koromaru. Now, I actually need to bring Yukari for this. As for everyone else, I kind of want to put Chie in the party. This fight is worth a lot of experience though, so I might as well focus on people who don't have a lot of experience right now. How about Aigis? Aigis sounds like she could help here. Chie, Yukari, I guess I could keep Koromaru, or... Yeah, I suppose I'll keep Koromaru for this, because I do want some fire attacks. I'll keep Rise on support. And now Personas, so I should distribute Personas to people who can hit very hard but don't have fire attacks. Please tell me that I have a Persona that actually does have a, you have Wind. Okay, Phoenix has Miragi, and that's on Yukari, so she can get boost off of that. You've got Fusion Blast. But is there any other Personas I have that have Fusion Blast that are stronger? Well, Chimera does, but that's my Navigator persona. Okay, suboptimal as it may be, I'm gonna have to put this low-level Nara Taishi on Chie, because Chie does have Power Charge, and I really want to show how much a Power Charge Fusion Blast does to this enemy. As for Aigis, she can go ahead and take either Oni or Eligor. I guess I'll take Oni. Koromaru, I think, is fine the way he is for now. And all Gary Stu really needs is fire moves, which he already has off his base persona. And I'll just do equipment off screen. I really like that the amenity suit is unisex, because it works really well on Yukari. So with that, here's my equipment setup. So let's save and head into the labyrinth one more time for this floor. And we're already very close to the locked door.
If I remember correctly...
Oh, right, and because Yukari's in the party, we'll be told where the heart is, but we already know. I'm actually going to put that off for a bit, because the room on the other side of the locked door actually contains a shortcut that leads us pretty close to where the heart is, so I'm going to go ahead and do this first. Like before, we have a fight on our hands, and it's a particularly interesting one this time. Yep, they definitely will. However, there's only one shadow. The problem, though, is... it's a fairly strong one. On the other side of that door, we find...
This one's strong. Be careful.
this thing.
I won't hold back.
The Gorjasuki. Don't know why a lot of characters are speaking gratuitous English in Japanese works love saying gorgeous all the time. But anyway, this thing. This is the resident giant shadow for this floor. It has a ton of HP, but not a lot of defense, and it likes to exploit that against you by inflicting curse status on you, which is very likely to connect you to its insanely high luck stat. I guess let's go for an Orb of Power, which actually might work against us later, but oh well. And it is weak to fire, so I'll start off by using that. And I guess Chia can use Fusion Blast. You, well, that works on 2 levels, can set up Lethargy Circle, because this thing is not resistant to Agility Bind. But because of its very large amount of HP, it's also very vulnerable to poison, so I'm going to try and poison it. And you can just go for Fire Spray.
Here I go! Persona!
This thing also likes to spend its turns lounging around, and if everyone is inflicted with Curse, oh, by the way, yes, it has 2 actions per turn, like most Giant Shadows. If it inflicts everyone with Curse, it'll pass its turn saying that it's satisfied. However, yeah, we're going to be taking a lot of Curse damage here. That means I might want to hold off on having Chia use Power Charge, because that could end very badly.
Huh?
It is surprisingly evasive, probably thanks to its high luck. If you can get poison to connect on it, though,
Chia-senpai's curse.
that's a
She
very
should avoid
effective way of
attacking
beating
until
it.
it's lifted. So my kicks will kick back, huh?
That's a good way to put it. Anyway. Yeah, Garasu Misai didn't actually get Bloody Vanguard that turn. Still gonna go for that, but you're going to, seeing as your work is done for the time being, how about I Patrigem away your Curse, even though you'll probably just put Curse right back on.
Here I go.
Kinda want to keep up this chain of Fire Spray. Well, it's down, so I won't be cursing anyone else. But yeah, as you can see, this thing has a lot of HP, but not much defense, so it's kind of like a Blissey. And I'm glad that I removed Curse there, because otherwise Chia would have taken a ton of damage. And a lot of HP means it's going to be taking a lot of poison damage too. Oh, no Agility Bind. Yeah, a lot of poison damage.
Yukari-chan, you're cursed. If you attack, you'll only hurt yourself. So if I attack, it'll hurt me too.
Some characters' comments on various status ailments can get very redundant with what the navigators say. It's kind of weird. But anyway, I think I will actually Power Charge Chia. And I'll might as well do that, but that's actually going to work against me when it comes to Curse. Well, Curse doesn't affect healing, so I can safely heal with Yukari this turn. I think this Curse status is kind of a thing in Etrian Odyssey as well, but I do remember a Shin Megami Tensei game having a similar mechanic to this. I think Digital Devil Saga had this. I should also mention that at this point in the game... Ow! At this point in the game, Power Charge is incredibly expensive in terms of SP, so you'll probably want to use it while you're boosted. Come on, Agility Bind.
Miss.
No. Still taking poison damage, though.
Leader is down.
And no
Can
more
anyone
poison.
revive him? Zen, our leaders.
We need to bring him back.
Well, I think you is the next fastest to bring him back. Good thing I have these revival beads, and I mean I could use Zen and Ray, but I prefer to just keep the steady stream of fire going. Guess you can just Dia. Actually, no, you'll Medea because I want to kill Chia. I hope it doesn't curse Chia before she uses her power charge attack. Don't hit Chia, please. Oh, you hit Chia, please. Tell me I'm going to get my healing in before...
Here, use this.
Okay, please tell me Yukari's faster than Chia, otherwise Chia's going to not have enough HP for her. Well, she just had enough HP, which is nice, but... Well, that's pretty effective. I believe that's our first power charge attack of the playthrough. Yeah, Lethargy Circle tends to do more on characters who are, have higher luck, basically.
That enemy's weakness is fire.
But yeah, get used to this enemy because we will be fighting it more going forward. I believe it's not actually immune to light and dark, so you can actually get those skills on if you're lucky. Let's just try to heal... Oh, I suppose I'll continue to go for this.
Here I go.
Full force.
That's kind of the thing with enemies with tons of HP, though.
Come, Orpheus.
The fights tend to drag on for quite a while. And fail.
Come, Io.
Should be down soon, though. Just gotta go for a barrage of attacks. Don't really want to have Yukari attack, though.
I'm counting on you, Orpheus. It's all mine.
That really didn't have much of a difference between its damage when I had all the power and when I don't have all the power.
Call me if you want a rematch.
There we go. Like I said, not
was a
that tough of an
dangerous
enemy,
fight. I'm glad you're safe.
but it can be annoying due to its sheer amount of HP. It's kind of why you want to keep poison attacks on you, because they really help against enemies like that. And of course, entrusting authority to Gary Sue is always the right decision, except when it involves, who to date, because then he ends up dating everyone, and then, yeah, complications ensue. But I'm going to take the time now to go into my config and actually turn animations back on. There we go. Yeah, I'm sorry, Koromaru. We'll go back and heal soon. There's not much of this floor left to explore.
Come on!
Just
over
one
here.
cutscene and we'll be out. Well, apart from that side quest, that is.
Come here, Koro-chan. He's so smart. All my Muku ever does is drool everywhere.
I think Chie's dog was mentioned in her social link, but it's been a while since I saw her social link in P4.
It seems he likes you very much, Chie-san. He's asking for you to pet his head some more.
Okay, cultural trivia time. In Australia, you say pets, P-A-T, not pets. It's the same term, but for some reason it's a slightly different word.
Do you understand dog language?
I do not understand their language, but I can communicate with them.
That's amazing.
I'm not entirely sure why Igus has this feature, but she does for some reason.
Really? People who have dogs can usually tell what they mean.
I actually kind of agree with Chie here, because I can kind of understand what my cat's meows mean. I can tell when she's hungry, I can tell when she wants to go outside. Yeah, I can tell when she just wants to go on my lap and sleep.
I completely understand my Muku. He's always saying things like, let me eat meat and give me some meat with the bone in.
Or on the bone meat. But, normally I'd say this is Chie being Chie, but actually most dogs are like this.
I think something's getting lost in translation there.
Again, Again, I disagree, because most dogs are kind of like that.
He understands my questions too, though. When I ask him beef or chicken, he answers with a bark.
There's actually a common Japanese joke involving the word for barking in Japanese, one, sounding like the number one, but I don't think that joke's being used here.
That question makes no sense. Why do you and Muku only talk about meat?
They do say that dogs grow to be like their owner.
We've got someone with full lingual too, you know. Look over there.
So this is actually a pun on, I believe, a Japanese term called Baolingo, which is like bow lingo for bow wow. But it's a term that means dog language. I think someone tried to make a translator for it at one point, but it didn't go well.
Damn it. Is there no Umiushi here?
Wait, you mean the beef bowl shop? Like hell we'll find one here.
Today's their special beef bowl day.
See?
Oh, we're in the same boat, huh?
Not really. Your Mega Beef Bowl is way crazier than the one you can get on Tatsumi Port Island.
Did he say special beef bowl?
Yeah, like I said, you're probably going to be a little disappointed given the special beef bowl you're used to.
Enough with the drooling. Sheesh, can you please say something here, Yukiko-san?
Your tongue wasn't named Muku, was it, Chie? It was Chosokabe.
And then she comments with something completely irrelevant.
Unless... Did you get another dog? I think you should name him Yukimura.
Well, Yukimura is a pretty cool character in Pokemon Conquest, so I'd agree with that.
You weren't listening at all, were you?
Why does she keep naming them after Sengoku-era generals?
Well, I mean, I know who Yukimura is, but I'm not sure who those other Sengoku generals were, mostly due to those generals not being in Pokemon Conquest.
It seems Koromaru-san has begun to admire these generals.
Then from today forward, Koro-chan, we're calling you Yukimura.
Okay, even though that's a cool name, no. Koromaru's
Not happening.
name is great. Please don't change it. yeah, you can be a jerk here, but no, Koromaru is. Koromaru's a better name for him.
Koromaru-san is very happy.
Someone please hug him now.
Got his name from his owner after all. It must be important to him.
And that's the exact reason why you can't change the nicknames of Pokemon you get in a trade. That and you could just name them something offensive and send it back to them.
Hey, aren't you all too engrossed in some ordinary dog? He's just some mutt. Not like he mutters at all.
I don't know what's worse, Teddy's puns or the fact that he laughs at his own puns.
Yeah? Well, you're just some ordinary bear costume.
So, funny story about this line. Atlas did a promotional video just before this game came out in English where they were actually showing the dub cast and recording sessions, which is going to get people angry because they won't be doing that with PQ2, but anyway. And one of the things they showed was Aaron Fitzgerald recording this line for Chie completely out of context, and I was so confused.
He's fluffier than you, too.
You're gonna pay.
And so begins Teddy's mostly one-sided rivalry with Koromaru, which we'll be seeing more of later. For now, though, this floor's almost complete and we get into an encounter immediately. And there we go.
I think you've seen most of this floor. You should have it down.
Before we get the chest, and in fact the chest and the event are very close to each other, so might as well get them both in the same pass, I want to at least go down these stairs, because a side quest unlocks at the nurse's office when you set foot on this next floor. I'm not going to do any of the next floor, and so I'll save showing the map until we actually do explore it, but I'm just going to go down here just for the purpose of getting that side quest, because that's what we'll be doing next time. Also, music change, and aesthetics change. It's not quite as calming as the last one, but I still really like the song here.
There is some more good news for you, stray lambs. The room that you are searching for is quite a distance from here. You can give it your all, or you might wish not to. But if you don't, there is a possibility that danger might fall upon you. Or not.
I love how indecisive the voice is.
Huh? Please be careful.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of them here. We'll cover what that means next time, but yeah, I still love the design of this floor. Even though it's a little creepier and darker than the last one, I just like this dark purple sky and just how kind of mystical it looks. And just the way the floor is all kind of red and purple now instead of just those whites and pinks. But we'll be exploring that later, because for now, we have the most pointless side quest ever to finish. Also, back to this music. A lot of people have said this music is great. I agree, this music is really nice. And in fact, a lot of people really like this dungeon, and I agree. I actually think this is the perfect dungeon to have... I don't believe you can get encounters in these rooms. Let me just test this. Yeah, pretty sure you can't get encounters in these rooms. But like I said, it's the perfect dungeon to get after the two groups meet up. It's got a lot of good conversations between them. It has this kind of nice, relaxing atmosphere.
Oh.
With the music and just also the general design of the place. And it also has the whole, just the hilarious destined partner thing. And I also think it's quite well designed from a gameplay standpoint, minus the sheer spike spammage.
And I'm missing data.
Oh look, a heart that is not pink. That is a great mystery for the ages as to why it is not pink.
Huh.
Why did Yukari temporarily become colorblind when she first saw this? I still find it weird that just they treat the fact that this heart is blue instead of pink as just some great mystery. Why is this heart blue? It must be a special magical heart of doom because it is not pink. But let's grab this chest while we're here. And we get the Frozen Stone, which is exactly the same as the Lightning Gloves in that it's been nerfed in this game. It has a chance of nullifying ice damage instead of always nullifying ice damage like it did back in P3. Admittedly, it's available much earlier than it was in P3. Back there, it was the hard item of Gabriel, who is a pretty high level persona. We also unlocked some new strolls. Well, one new stroll at least. I guess while I'm here, I might as well just dump all of my stuff at the shop. I'm kind of wondering whether or not to heal here.
Oh?
So, this is what happens when you set foot on the 3rd floor of the group date cafe.
If I recall...
I wonder what she was playing around doing. Well, that's weird. Granted, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on in this place.
Oh.
Yeah, that looks pretty
No.
nice.
Actually,
Random voids appearing that produce these spherical objects. And at least we've got good rewards for them. So we'll be taking on this request next time. This is why I said that we'd be going back to you in Wonderland. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't worry about that, because I've already fulfilled the requirements for this. Congratulations! You are
job
able
well
to
done.
deduce that one heart that is blue is different from a heart that is pink. So, yeah,
Even
what
with
the
that
heck was the
said-
point of this entire quest? And why did we need to bring Yukari into the labyrinth just to determine that one of the hearts was a different color? Huh. Well, blue is considered lucky in a certain orc clan culture in Warhammer 40,000, but I think it's considered lucky in some other cultures too. Like some
this
real
will be
ones.
your reward.
And we get an assault shot skill card, which gives any physical attacker the ability to pierce the back row, which is kind of nice.
My battle capabilities have increased.
However, no point in using that on Igus because she just learned it anyway. I'm more interested in this skill though, Body Shield, which protects an entire row rather than just one person.
My
Much more
level's
useful.
increased. I look forward to the next battle.
And speaking of skills that I'm looking forward to that aren't the one they're currently learning, this. That's going to be really fun. I suppose while I'm in here I can take this. Doesn't seem to be worth a lot of experience, but that merit badge is a nice item.
Thank you for accepting.
So, I'll explain more about how these
It
quests
seems as
work in the
though-
next part, but we do have to fight an optional kind of mini-boss. I wouldn't classify them as a full-on boss, but, they are stronger than a lot of things. Also, did she just say King of Fashionistas? I think I'm actually going to be swapping out party members rather than healing this time, because my next trip into the labyrinth won't give me a lot of yen, because I'll just be fighting 2 enemies. Next time, I'll be returning to you in Wonderland to fight that enemy, and finally defeat the painting soldier, who I was putting off until this particular moment. So, I will see you then.